Okay, folks, it's your buddy Mike Messier with special life lessons. This time, it's going to be about preparation and audio. And you might be wondering, Mike, what's this audio thing you're holding? Well, I'm here at a Best Buy, Daytona, Florida, Daytona Beach, Florida. Now, I don't think I've ever spent time in Daytona Beach before. The reason why I came here was it's going to close at 8 o'clock. I had to wear the mask to go in there. And it's a Friday night. Is it a rocking and rolling thing to do, to go to a Best Buy on a Friday night before it closes at 8? Not really. This is not Pauly Shore 1988. There's no bikini contest going on. But for me, this is about prior prevention prevents piss poor performance. And specifically, I'm running this film festival, and hopefully this wire that I purchased will give me nice crisp audio. Now, you might be saying, oh gee whiz, Mike, please give us more details. Well, the film festival is tomorrow. Today, I went to the venue to do what's called a audio and visual test. And to me, this is just common logic. And for many of you Mike Messier YouTube subscribers, probably common sense as well. You go to the venue the day before your event, or preferably a week before, whenever, and you check out your specifics, your sound, your sight, your visual, your room, the chairs, all that good stuff. And I've always done that. That's when I run live events. I always do that. And it doesn't have to be a big deal. You don't have to, just go to the fucking venue that you're renting and make sure everything's okay. Now, for some of you, you might be saying, Mike, this is common sense. Well, for others, I have to tell this anecdote, and here we go. It was about 4 years ago. I'm going to try to avoid names and specifics. I don't want to embarrass or humiliate anyone. But a friend of mine, a good guy, a real good guy, was an actor. He was actually an acting student of mine. He would take a bus to a metro type of train to go from Boston to southern Rhode Island, probably spend 2.5 hours commuting to meet with me and work with me as an acting student. And this guy was already a good actor. He's a great guy. His life story was interesting. At one point in his life, he had a spouse. The spouse was, for whatever reason, very against this guy acting. Needless to say, the marriage didn't last, and once they got divorced, he was looking to get back into acting. And something that he got involved in, a year or two later, after I had actually stopped working with the gentleman, he was in a stage play, a musical, and long story short, he really wanted me to go see this performance, so I did. He even invited me to like a barbecue cookout type of thing months in advance. He wanted me to meet the other actors involved in this. He wanted to meet some of his friends. I happily did. It was very exciting. So finally the big show comes up, and this is where things get a little off kilter, folks. First of all, they only had one performance of this show scheduled, and I always get a little tense about that. Stage plays, performance, when you only do one live performance, that's a bad idea. It's just, usually it is, because if the one show goes wrong, then you have no backup, or you have nothing else to compare it to. But that's what the situation is. It'll be a one and done deal. This particular show rented high school auditorium, which was pretty impressive. It was like maybe 600 seats, and they filled up, I would say, a good 450 to 500 seats. I mean, it was pretty well crowded, folks. Now here's where things, and for me, it was a hour and 45-minute drive from Rhode Island to somewhere in the Massachusetts area. And where did things go askew? Well, immediately upon